guys, Deathscyp here from YCG, your casual gamer. Sorry I didn't post anything in the last week. I was too busy with work, but I'm back, so let's get to it. So in this video we were going to cover the lock door from the other side. So as you see over here, when I try to interact with the door, it's locked from the other side, and since I can go around now because we created a lift, I can get on the other side, and once I get on the other side, the door is unlocked. Then I can open it, and I can go on the other side and customize, close it. So I'll show you how we're going to do this. Let's get to it. Alright, so the door lock from the other side is not that hard to make when you know how to make it. I wanted to make this in an early game, and I just couldn't figure out a simple way to make it, even though it was as simple as what I'm going to show you over here. We're not going to learn anything new here. We're just using the material we already learned how to use, which is the Boolean variable and the trigger volume. Just to make that happen, that's all you need, those two things. So we're going to go right away inside our simple door blueprint. So blueprint, simple door. We're going to add a procedure. So right now we have two procedures. We have the one where the key must have been pressed and the one with the line trace that we built. So we're going to add a procedure. So to make that, it's pretty simple. Since we already have the variable and the branch set up, we're just going to grab this, Control C and Control V. You could, if you want, use the same variable like this, but I prefer to keep it clean, and the purpose all being like this. So you connect this here, and instead of 1, we're going to put it to 2. So what's nice with this is that when you're outside the level now, when you're inside the level, save all. If I click on, this is the door I want it to work. So this is the starting. The door on the right is the door that's going to be locked on the other side. If I click over here, you see the procedure here. I can change it to whatever I want. So if I put it to 2, in our blueprint, it's gonna go over here, and on the first branch, it's gonna ask, is the value equal to 1? No. Then is the value equal to 2? Then yes. Then right away, the procedure 2 is going to fire, and it's always going to fire this way. It's never going to check, it's never going to bug or try to go from in another procedure, because the value is always going to be 2. So from there you can launch another program. So you could have 10 ways of using the same door in one blueprint, and you can drag that blueprint and all your levels, and it's always going to work the way you want it, the way you customized it, just by changing the number. That's pretty awesome, I find. So we're going to create a new variable. I'm going to delete that one. So click plus variable. It's a Boolean. We're going to call it can unlock. I put a little question mark at the end. There we go. Compile and save. You're going to drag that out and get. And holding B, you're gonna left click and make a branch. So if you hold left click and press B, you hold B and you left click. Sorry. You're gonna create a branch, and you're gonna connect those two together and connect this to the true value. So if it's true, can you unlock? So defaultly, we're gonna keep it at false. If you cannot open, we're going to put a print, oops, if I knew how to write, print string. Print string is a very easy way to see if your program works. You can put them anywhere. It can record a value. You can even plug in your Boolean, and it's going to turn out true or false if you're testing something that's true or false. So that's pretty nice to know. We always use this to check where the program could fail or whatnot. So over here we're going to write locked from the other side. put a little question, so exclamation mark at the end. There we go. And if it's true, we're going to copy Control C, Control V, and we're going to put that here. And if it's true that you can unlock it, then we're going to put it to unlocked. There we go. So then you unlock it, but right now there's just a text, nothing is happening. So what happens when the door is unlocked? Well, you can open it, but the procedure 2 doesn't allow you to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a do once, just to make sure. I always put these things everywhere just to make sure nobody spams my program. You're going to put it do once, and you're going to put it to no reset value. You're going to drag the procedure out, set it to 1. So then when the door is unlocked, you can open it the regular way that you already set up. So I'm going to grab this and press C and write door procedure 2, door locked from other side. That is good. There we go. Compile and save, and we're done with the program. Now it's not going to work yet because there's no value being changed in the door for it to be unlocked. So what you're going to use again is a trigger volume. So you're going to choose which way is going to unlock the door. I like to use the other way, or else the player can unlock it right away, which is pretty silly. You want the player to find the other side of the door to open it, sometimes to create a shortcut or whatnot. So we're going to add a trigger volume. Put it here. So what we're going to do is while the player is in that trigger volume, we're going to call it unlock door. You're going to go inside the level blueprint and right click, make an event on the collision, begin overlap, and also add event, collision, and overlap. That's pretty important because you always have these games where you could set a condition is, are you sure you want to open that door? Like you don't know what's on the other side. Could bring you back to the other side of the door and the door locks behind you and you don't want that to happen, so you put a little check. So you want to make sure that the player can't unlock it again. What I mean by that is, you're going to understand in a second. So now we have the begin overlap and overlap. So let's select the door that we're playing with. I put the procedure to 2, so we're good. And I'm going to go back in my level blueprint and right click, create a reference to the door. So right now we're working in the level blueprint, okay? Compile. You're going to drag out can unlock, set can unlock to true, and Control C, Control V to false. Make sure you connect the targets. And that's it. And that's important because, well, I don't need to put a comment. You can put a comment if you want. That's important because if the player decides not to open the door and he keeps on exploring and then he comes back to the beginning, so let's say I would get inside the zone, so inside the trigger volume, so then the value would go, oh, you can unlock the door while you're in that volume. But if I don't set it off when I walk out of it, let's say I decide not to open the door and I go back up the lift and I go around, then I would get on this side and I'd be able to open the door, which is how you would break your program, which makes no sense. So as soon as you leave the trigger volume, you can't unlock the door again unless you unlocked it already. So let's see if that works. Save, get inside level, play. So now if I click here, it says lock from the other side. So that seems to work. Let's go on the other side now. And let's see if that works. So door is unlocked. I can open the door and I can close it. And there you go. So now the procedure would be back to 1, and you can save the value there, so if you change map. So that's how you create a door lock from the other side. So I hope you enjoyed that. Very simple. In the next video, we're going to start working on the last door, which is a lock with a key. So we're going to have to create a new procedure that requires us to get an item. And I'm going to show you how to get that item and then open the door. We might do it in 2 videos. I'm not too sure yet. So have a good one and hope you enjoy.